In this tutorial, we will be learning about a Kali Linux tool named as DNSINM. But before knowing what this tool is and what this tool does, let us look at some terms associated with these tools. So first let us look at an IP address. So what is an IP address? An IP address, also known as Internet Protocol address, is a numerical representation of any specific interface in a network. For example, your computer's IP address, your computer's address in numerical form that computer understands. The computer actually does not understand what is google.com. It understands binary numbers, so it must be converted to some binary. It There must be some binary numbers associated with each machine on in the internet. So this is an IP address. Its examples are 192 or any sorry sorry uh 198.56.78.23 or anything. So these are the IP address. Like this. It is total of 32 bits. Now let us look at the URL. What is URL? The full form of URL is Uniform Resource Locator. It is actually an web addresses. For example, google.com or yahoo.com, youtube.com or facebook.com, wordpress.com. So these are the URLs. The URLs are in the human readable form. We can read these, we can learn this like google.com, we can remember this. So these are the URLs, but IP address of each web addresses cannot be remembered. So now let us look at DNS, that is domain name system, always also known as name server. It is also known as name server. So what is this DNS? So this DNS actually is a phone book of internet. For example, in our real life also we keep a phone book. In this phone book we have the name of the person and his phone number, and we have the long list of the name of the persons and their phone numbers. So why do we keep phone book? We keep phone book because it is very difficult for us to remember the phone number of each and every person. Therefore we use phone book. And whenever in our mobile, when we call someone, we do not search for their numbers, we search for their names, and these names are then converted to their numbers, and this number is then dialed, because the device understands that number, it does not understands the names. So in the same way this is in the same way this DNS server works. What it does is it contains a long list of web addresses associated to its IP addresses, URLs associated to its IP addresses. For example, google.com must have some different IP addresses, facebook.com might have different IP address, and youtube.com different IP address, and all the web pages will be having different IP addresses. So we cannot remember each and every IP addresses. So in that case use we but we can remember the URL of any web page, like any websites like facebook.com. We can remember this facebook.com, but to remember the IP address it's very difficult. So this DNS is a name server in an internet, where it keeps records of all the websites and its associated IP addresses. So whenever we search for any websites, for example we search for google.com, it actually does not searches for the google.com machine in the internet. It first goes to the DNS. There appears a DNS query where it searches for the actual IP address of that URL, and then is returned to our web browser, and then our web browser search that machines in the internet. So in this way the DNS works. The query is done at DNS. Whenever we type something in website, the URL, it does a query with domain name system, that is name server, and gets its IP address from there, and then locates that IP address in the internet. Now let's see what is an A record. So a record is used to point to a logical domain name, and it is like a type of DNS record that allows the address of a computer to be found using its host name. So for example, if we search google.com to the IP at for example, if we search google.com, the DNS will actually move us to, and first we will be going to our own name servers, that is our local ISPs. Then if it will search for there, and if it is, it will search in the A records of there. If it is not found there, then it will go to, it will redirect it to some other IP address, other DNS that may contains. In this way, it takes very fast. It doesn't, it is not so slow. It is in very fast, in nanoseconds. It takes only nanoseconds to search all the DNS. So it finds from there that it has some, google.com has some IP addresses, and it finds the Google hosting servers, IP addresses of the Google hosting servers. So all these records are kept in A records. Now let us look at what is a reverse IP lookup. So DNS name server is used to convert the URLs into IP addresses, reverse IP lookup is exactly different. It is a technique used in such a way. It is a technique used to identify host names and DNS records associated with an IP addresses. It is a reverse of usual forward DNS lookup, where the DNS is queried for IP address of a certain hostname. In reverse DNS, the DNS is queried for the hostname of the certain IP addresses. Means we search for the IP address. We search for the name of the IP address. What is its URL? In reverse IP we lookup, we does an exactly opposite work of what the DNS does. Now what is MS? MX is an mail exchanger. So every server has its own, not has its own means, they can have configured their own mail exchanger. It is, there is an MX records. The MX records contains the host names of the computers that handles the emails for a domain and prioritization. Emails are routed through the IP addresses, which is set in a record of the host. So now we have looked at all these terms. Now let us see what is this DNS enum. But before looking this, first we will open this tool in our virtual box Kali Linux. Let's start the machine. Till then I will tell you about this DNS enum Kali tools. So it is a tool for DNS enumeration, which is the process of locating all DNS servers and DNS entries for an organization. It identifies basic DNS records, MX mail exchange servers, name servers, DNS or A records, the address record for a domain. So in using DNS enum Kali tools for any given websites, we can look for its IP addresses or its subdomains. There may be have several subdomains, like google.com has several subdomains like images.google.com, photos.google.com, and there are several subdomains. It can also be uh, enumerated with the help of DNS names. We can find the details about the DNS name server. We can also find the details about the A records. We can also find We can also do a reverse IP lookup using this tool, and we can also get the details about the mail exchange, mail exchanger. Sorry, it's mail exchanger. So I think our Kali has been loaded. One thing I want to tell you about this tool is it is already inbuilt in our Kali Linux. So if you are using Kali Linux tools, you don't need to install it. But if you are using other Linux distributions like Ubuntu or Linux or any other Linux distribution which does not contains this tool, in that case you can clone it from GitHub, and I will tell you from where. Let's go to Firefox. Okay, so we just go to Firefox and type dns enum GitHub. It will search for you. So this is the tool DNS enum. You can directly clone from here by copying this URL, and in uh, you have to just clone it in your using, or you can simply download, you can also simply download this. And so let's look at this tool. So this tool is the first tool of information gathering, first tool in Kali Linux that comes in its order, DNS enum. You can directly click and open this, or you can even open the terminal and just type DNS enum. It will open this. So it actually opens up the help menu when we type the DNS enum. So have a small look at its let's have a small look at its help menu. So its usage is like this. It's given DNS, we will type DNS enum, and then options, what type of option we want to put, and then the name of the domain. So we have different options here. First let us look at, we will not look at all the options, we will look at some important options. For example, we have there here general options, and the first one is dash dash DNS server and the name of the server. So this actually we will use this server to actually specify which server we want to use to enumerate this website domain. If we don't use this option, it will use your local ISP server, your default name, that is your default name server. Then we have next command dash dash enum. So it is just shortcut option which is equivalent to dash dash threads 5, means it will use 5 threads at a time. Dash s sub 15 means it will go up to 15 subdomains. And dash w, that is who is query. And dash h or dash dash uh, help will simply print this help message. Then we have no reverse. So no reverse, this will we will be using this because this skips the reverse lookup operation, means reverse IP lookup operations. So we will use this option to skip the reverse IP lookup operations. We will simply do this because it contains about entries of more than 6,000 IP addresses, and it will start reverse lookup of those IP addresses. So it will take lots. It may even take an hours of time to complete the enumeration process. So we will not use this no reverse. And this is dash threads is simply this means how much many threads we want to use, and hyphen v it is for forwards means it will show you what's happening in actually. And we have Google scraping option, then we have brute force options. So in brute force option, dash f or dash file and the name of the file. This reads the subdomains from this file to perform brute force. We will know more about this when we will be performing some practicals. And these are the updates. R for recursion on subdomains. Brute force all discovered subdomains that have an NS records. Means it will take lots and lots of times. Brute forcing of course takes lots of times. Then we have whose net range options and other options. So we have more options here that is important, that is dash o hyphen o. So this is if you want to print your output in some folders, then you will use this command dash output and the name of the file name, or simply dash o and the name of the file name. So now we will keep this open. Now we will do some queries using our next terminals. We keep it here, and now we simply zoom in so that you get a better view of how it's working. Let's zoom in this also. Uh, okay, so we keep it here and we will use it here now. Let's keep it down and let's keep it in the middle of the screen so that we can see what's happening. So let's try our first enumeration, that is first we will type DNS enum. You will always get the uses in your help menu, that is DNS enum, and then we will use options. So which type of options we are going to use? So first we will use dash enum. Sorry, not here, not here, here. And we will use another option, that is no reverse. It will not have a reverse IP lookup. Sorry, no reverse. There's no space here. And we will simply save the output. So it's very important to save the output if you are doing pen testing to any organization. Hyphen o and the name of the file, that is you can keep any name of the file. For example, we will use record.txt, and then we will use the name of the domains. So here we will be using the name of the domains. So here we will be using hack this site.org. This is an open website where you can practice hacking. Don't try other websites, it may have some legal issues. So now I will start the DNS enumeration. So it has started DNS enumeration. So till then brute forcing will take time. Till then let's have a first. So it has found that there are 5 different IP addresses of these host addresses belonging to this host addresses, and those IP addresses are this. It has found it from a record, and there are 5 name servers that this tool has found. Those are f.ns.buddyns.com, and these are the IP addresses of those name servers. You can see that this name server is a private IP address. So you must keep an eye on every details. This will help you for pen testing. So we can see that this is a private IP address here, and these are the mail exchange servers. So these are the IP addresses of an mail exchange servers. It has found all these from a records of the DNS. These are IP addresses of the mail exchange servers. So we see that these two, both of these has same IP address, and we can also see that it is using Google email or google.com's mail servers also is used here. Google server is used by this website for mail exchange, and this don't transfer has failed. It will actually fail at all the time. And now we see that scrapping is done, and this is actually finding some domains from google.com. Means it is actually searching the Google search, and in page 1 it has found that there are some domains with paste radio. We will see further what this actually means. So this Google results actually is radio.hackthisSite.org. These are some more subdomains having some IP addresses. So this is, and this is CNAME. What is this CNAME? So this CNAME is just canonical name record. Means it actually redirects these domains not to any IP address but to this websites. And we can see more various details here. And now brute forcing has been it has not been completed, it is still going on. So it is brute forcing from by using these files dns.txt, which is here. So let me tell you what is this. For that this actually this brute forcing file, if we does not set specify file, that is this brute force option dash dash file and the name of the file. So we haven't specified this option, so it is by default using its own DNS records to do subdomain enumeration. So we see what actually this file contains. So let's clear this and let's see what this contains. So we see that it contains a long list of the subdomains for, and it will search for all the subdomains in the internet. For example, it may ftp.hackthisSite.org or g.hackthis or g01. It will search for all of this. It will brute force all these subdomains under this name, and if it finds it, it will just show you in the list. And like www, www3, or simply www, or zfa.hackthisSite.org. So all it is just used to do subdomain enumeration using this file and brute forcing subdomain enumeration. So it's just running. It will, so it has just completed. So brute forcing with this text file, you can also create your own text file, but this is a good one because it contains a long list. And you can also create your own DNS text files, and you can do it by yourself. And we have found that mail.hackthisSite.org is found having private IP address, and we have more. So we have to, it has totally found this much. Now Whois queries, these are the Whois queries done on this IP address with this CIDR, that is netmask, and these are the IP addresses and netmask used by this hackthisSite.org, and these are some of the IP blocks that has been used. So it's now completed. Now let us have a look and at a record.txt. Sorry, it's rec.txt. So it also contains all the, actually it keeps in XML version. It records in XML version, so it keeps records of every of this. So we can also view this in XML formats. Let's copy this file to somewhere else. Sorry, we'll copy this file to, let's see what's available in desktop. cp rec.txt to first open desktop. We can get the name of this directory from here directly, don't need to type all this. Sorry, we copied this, and now we go back and we copy. So cp rec.txt to paste clipboard. So now we have rec.txt. So if you open this, so let's see what we will use Firefox to open this. So we have Firefox here, open. So here we can, it is actually an XML file. So if we open it in XML file, we will see all the details. All the details have been recorded here, every details for this websites. If we open in this in XML version, then it will best work. So let's first change this name of this CD desktop mm, mb rec.txt to rec.xml. Now we open this in Firefox browser. Now I actually, if you use any base XML, so it do not have any style information, that is why it's not showing it. So we will leave this, so we can save the output. So we have more options associated with this DNS:NM. We can try others also. For example, we can use different files for brute forcing. We can use verbose modes. You can also exclude the no reverse option, but it will then take hours of times. We can increase the threads value, and we can do many more things here. So we can also use for example, let's say we can also use like in this case we uh, excluded this option dash dash DNS server, so it actually search for our local server. So if we want to include any specific web servers, then we can use hyphen hyphen DNS server and the name of that server. For example, Google open server is 8.8.8.8. In this, then it will query Google server for this DNS enumeration. So thank you. In our next tutorial, we will be learning our next tools in Kali Linux, next tool in order, that is DNS Recon. So we will slowly move and we will learn about each and every tools one by one, and we'll learn every tool in details so that it will be actually we understand what's happening. Just knowing that what tool does is not enough. We must know why do we use those tools for. So there are many tools like fuzzing tools, VoIP tools, voice over IP hoppers, password attacks, web application analysis. There are lots, and Kali Linux comes with lots and lots of tools. So there are Bubsuit also. This is also very important. Software database management. So in next tutorial we will be learning about DNS Recon. Till then, thank you.